So I happened to look out on these really cute dolls on eBay. I managed to find them just searching random like vintage dolls and such. And I've come across this doll before and I just didn't know who she was, so I couldn't find her again. But here I found five of them and I'm gonna try and clean them up, figure out who they are, and just give them some love. So let's go. Okay, so like right out of the box, these dolls were dirty, their hair is messed up, and they're sticky. And there seems to be like a smoke or just a really bad odor to them. So let's clean them. Right here, I was actually quite amazed at how clean this one had gotten with just sitting in the bowl for maybe about 15 minutes and some dish detergent and a little bit of fabric softener. Oh, look at how clean she got. I mean, I wasn't expecting her to get this clean, but she's probably the best shape of all of them. So my initial response when I bought these were to repaint them and customize all of them. And after cleaning them up and realizing that they're actually not in bad shape, their hair is kind of fried and they're just dirty. I don't think I'm gonna repaint all of them. That could change, but I don't think I'm gonna repaint all of them. But she is probably gonna get a complete work because she's in the worst shape of all of them. Like, not the regular bald spot. They're supposed to have the bald spot here, for their pigtails. That's supposed to be there. But this right here, like she's lost hair. So I wouldn't be able to really give her pigtails and everything correctly anyway. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this hair. And I don't know if I'm gonna repaint her. I don't know, because she's so cute. I like their face paint. It's very vintage, very, very bunka doll, very Chinese. I really think these are craft dolls. I really do. I don't know what they're called, and nobody else seems to know what they're called either. So I really do think that they're craft dolls that you would buy from like your local craft store and crochet for them or sew for them. You see that these yellow brows that they have up here, they look kind of green IRL. Yeah. In real life, they look kind of green, so I think I might do something about that and give her some lips and maybe some freckles, perhaps some blush. Maybe I'll repaint everything else except her eyes. Who knows? Okay, so excuse my desk, but they're all dry and clean, and I'm working on their hair right now. This girl, she's dry, but she seems to have like some kind of residue all all over her. And this is the girl that's probably gonna get repainted, and we're gonna have to figure out hair. So she's the worst. She's the worst off out of all of them, and I'm gonna work from best condition to worst. So right now I reparted this girl's hair and rebraided it and combed out her bangs, and oh my god, she's so cute. She's so cute. Ugh. So she was probably in the best condition despite her being so sticky when I unboxed her. I think the only thing that I'm probably gonna do, maybe I'll redo the brows, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do blush and maybe some freckles. I don't know. That being said, I'm really enjoying these dolls and the clothing that they came in. I actually just found out that it was original. At first I just figured it was like mommy made stuff that, you know, some lovely collector from yesteryear stuffed them into so they could be cute on the shelf or something. But no, those pieces were actually original outfits for them. And I initially tossed them in the trash. Okay, I know that sounds terrible. But when I took them out of those clothes, first of all, they stunk. And they were stained to high hell. And I usually don't keep clothes like that. But yeah, so anyway, I threw them in the trash. And last night, after scrubbing them again, actually scrubbing her again, because I'm trying to get that residue off her face. I think I'm just going to have to erase her since I plan on repainting her anyway. But while playing around with them and getting them clean, I have really fallen in love with them. I love their vintage aesthetic, and they're just so me. And I really think that they're gonna be really cute additions to my collection. So falling in love with their sculpts and just the general doll themselves, I was like, there's no way these dolls are those craft dolls that you could pick up, because even though they don't feel very heavy in your hand, they're higher quality. And at first I was just thinking like higher quality craft dolls, but then I was like, no, these are way too high of a quality. So I started thinking there has to be a way to ID them, and they only say Hong Kong on their back there. So I'm like, Hong Kong, okay. But then I thought, wait, maybe those clothes are original, and maybe they have like some kind of marking on the inside of the clothing, because there are lots of vintage dolls where that's the case. The doll itself doesn't have the company name on it, but the clothes do. So I literally dove into my trash, took them out the trash, and I looked in the dress, and it had this logo. At first I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I couldn't figure it out. But then in another one of the dresses, it was a more clear logo, and I could read that it said Playmates. So I'm like, okay, so Playmates, I know they're from Hong Kong. It's written on the back of their bags. And it also was like, this is very vintage aesthetic, so it has to be like a vintage doll. So that's what I Googled. I Googled like vintage Hong Kong Playmates doll, and a lot of dolls came up, a lot of dolls that I might actually have to acquire at some point because they're stinking cute. But a lot of dolls came up, but then one of these came up as a Tiara Dolls Billy. So the line is Tiara Dolls, and the doll sculpt itself is Billy. And yeah, needless to say, I've fallen down a rabbit hole, and I must acquire more now that I know who they are. They're not just these nameless, cute little babies anymore. Their name is Billy. They are a Tiara Dolls Billy, and they're 6.5 inches. And I just love all 6.5 inches of them. I want to get them some clothes now. I'm going to make all their clothes. It's going to be a really nice project for me. And I'm trying at the moment to save their stock clothing, but I have a feeling that one or a couple of dresses may not make the cut just because I can't seem to get them as clean as I need them to be. But I'm definitely making them clothes, and I actually found some shoes that's gonna fit them. I believe all of these are Lori Girl shoes, except these, or maybe these are Lori Girl shoes. I don't know. These shoes is ugly. We're gonna have to zhuzh them up or something. They need some help. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and these are not Lori Girl shoes. I believe these are, I think they're called NC Squared shoes. But I've tested all of them and they all fit in conjunction with some Blythe shoes that I got from Mimi Lou. So I have shoes. So I'm gonna take my time and I'm going to make them some clothes. I'm probably gonna put them in crocheted pieces just because it goes with their really sweet aesthetic. Maybe I'll make some cute hats and stuff to put them in. I'm excited. So while I was trying to figure out who these girls were, I decided to go ahead and try and save their stock outfits. And for the most part, I think I got them clean enough where I feel okay. I decided to keep these pieces because they're original to Billy dolls, but also if I ever acquire a Billy doll like later in the future and they don't have any clothing, I do have something to put them in without me having to like make everything that would go on my Billy dolls. But I kind of mangled the stitching here just because I was scrubbing so hard. And I'm pretty sure that the threads that are on these pieces used to be purple. Or at least I know that they were another color. But I ended up having to use bleach in order to get all of the stains out of these two pieces in particular. Like these two were the dirtiest. So they're now white instead of like pink and purple and stuff, which is fine. I'd rather have a faded out to white clean dress than a dirty one with the original color. Then these two, they didn't really need as much. These came out pretty clean and they actually didn't fade at all. Yeah, they look really good. I actually really like this right here, like this accent bottom of the dress. And then this right here, there's a little stain here, but I think I'm probably just gonna take this piece out just because it's not stitched down on the inside of the romper. Here she is. Look at her, she's so cute. I decided to give her little freckles and I glossed her eyes to protect the original paint so it doesn't fade anymore from the sunlight. I also decided to go with like a tinted glossy pink lip. Every time I tried to add color to the sculpt for some reason, and maybe it was the wrong colors that I was choosing, but every time I added colors, it just would age them and they would look like little baby hookers. And then I made her this dress and then put her in some cute Mimi Woo shoes. And I really love the shoes on their legs. It makes them look so cute. So she's complete. And this girl was the better quality of all of them. So I guess it's no wonder she got done faster, just because, well, she was in better shape. I also managed to complete her sister, which is the complete custom. So hold up, let me get her. Hey, here she is. Again, added some freckles, the tinted lips, but I had to completely repaint her brows and eyes. And I didn't want to add too much depth because I think what I like about these dolls the most is that the really old vintage Bunka doll style paint. So I didn't want to add too much depth, but I definitely played around with color in there just to give her some character. She turned out so cute. I actually really enjoyed this style so much that I decided to try and repaint one of my Amore dolls in this style. Here, I'll show you. Here she is. So, yeah, I decided to do the same face up on one of my Moore dolls. And it turned out really well. Yeah. Also, I've noticed that the Moore dolls, they actually fit into the stock outfits of Billy. Yeah, she turned out really cute. Aww. Oh god, I'm so obsessed. Okay, so that girl that I took out of the box just a moment ago, here she is. I got rid of the lipstick. Yeah, I tend not to like their stock lipstick, but I do like their stock eyes. So I erased the lipstick and did a pink tint with some gloss and added some freckles and glossed her eyes. And then I popped her in this outfit. So she's all done. But this one right here, I'd like to mention that she seems different from the other girls. The face sculpt seems pretty good, but this one seems like she's a higher quality somehow. And on her back, it actually says, you probably can't see that, but on her back, it actually says Playmates. And it says made in China instead of just Hong Kong like all of the rest of them. So I don't know, maybe production changed and they started making their bodies higher quality, because this is different. Her arm plastic and the plastic used for her entire body is different. It's a higher quality than the ones before. So I don't know. She didn't need a whole lot of work. Her hair was fine. It just needed to be repositioned and get the old rubber bands out. And this is an outfit that I had already previously made, which is actually what I've done with the rest of them. So let me get them. Here are all of them. They're all here. My little Billy babies. They're all in custom pieces, minus the shoes. However, I didn't make all of these in one go, or I didn't recently make all of these, except this one. I made this outfit from scratch because I definitely wanted all of them to end up in pieces that I made. But then when I realized that these Lori girl shoes fit, I was like, I've also made pieces that's already in that scale that's just kind of sitting in a box not getting loved, because I have a couple of teenies, BJD teenies, and they all fit in Lori girl clothing. So I've made stuff already and it's just not being used. So I dug around. I found this outfit that I made a while back for her. Same thing with this one, this outfit here I made a while ago. And I also made the hat to go with it a while ago, again for a tiny that just isn't using it. The shirt is Lori girl. So her. She wasn't too bad off either. I think she was like the second in line after I worked with the one over here. This little romper that she's wearing, again, I made this a while ago. I initially made this for a Brew doll. And since I realized that Brew stuff and like all the tiny stuff I made, they fit these dolls, there really was no need for me to make more stuff that I'll have to figure out how to store. Same thing with this little romper. Well, no, not romper. I guess this could probably be more like, what, like crochet overalls? Yeah. So yeah. I need to fix her hair. Her hair is in terrible condition. In a perfect world, I would love to just take some like chestnut brown hair of higher quality and just reroute all of them, but their heads are quite hard. I'm gonna have to get like a heating pad or something. Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. I actually really enjoy playing around with these Billy dolls a lot. It's actually making me look around at other dolls made by Playmates around that time, just because they're really charming. There's something about these dolls that are like super classic, that I'm really enjoying. I managed to find another doll that I'll be getting into, and here she is. Look at her, she's so adorable. These aren't her original clothes. These are pieces, again, that I've had and I put her in, and she's really, really cute. The only thing that I altered on her was I repaired her lip color because it was kind of chipped, and I glossed them, and then I just added teeny tiny white reflections in her eyes. That's it. And she's so cute. She's so cute. I mean, I don't know. It's just super adorable. Something about these dolls remind me of my love for my PVC Korean artist dolls and stuff, like Amore and Olala and stuff like that. Like, for instance, I feel like they really keep that beautiful vintage kind of classic aesthetic, and they just kind of like do higher quality hair. They actually root the entire head of the doll, and higher quality plastic, but it's essentially the same style, in my opinion. Like, here, just a second. Okay, so here's Bean. Bean is so cute. Bean's been repainted by me. I actually just realized I don't have any stock artist dolls. I've repainted all of mine. Yeah, but if you look at the way that they've like done the body and everything, like, it definitely it puts me in mind of the Billy dolls, or it just kind of puts me in the mind of that really sweet aesthetic where it's a doll for doll's sake. Like, you're not worrying about joint systems and mechanics and articulation. It's just a doll. It's a cute doll that you can take places, that's made out of really durable plastic and some nice hair. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video talking about my PVC dolls, introducing all of them to you, because they have multiplied. So I'm gonna leave it there with my adorable Billy dolls, and I will see you guys in my next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really, really, really enjoyed playing around with them and just finding out who they are, and even finding one that's a different quality from the rest. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out why or how. I don't know. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one.